Hi guys, it's Sky here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. I cannot tell you how excited I am to do this video today. So, the other day, last week, I happened to be online and I noticed that BH Cosmetics was having a sale for 4th of July weekend, and I was so excited. Now, I've tried a few of their products before. I have a few of their eyeshadow palettes, but I've never really tried anything else, and you can't really go wrong with 50% off. So I splurged and bought a bunch of stuff. I think the only thing from them that I'm missing is their eyebrow products. I didn't end up getting any eyebrow products, but I got foundations, concealers, primers, lipsticks, setting powder, color correctors, contour, blush, highlight, eyeshadows. I don't know if I said that already. I got everything. Oh, and I didn't get brushes. So I'm going to be using my own brushes, plus the brushes that I used last week. Or that I got last week. I did a video. It'll be linked in the description below. I tested out, or I did a review on Amazon's #1 best-selling makeup brushes, and I guess from this video you can already tell I loved them. But go watch that video and after this one and let me know what you think. Let me know if you try them. And yeah, so let's get into this video. The only thing that I am worried about with this video is the foundation. Now, I have some breakouts on my face. I get rosacea on my cheeks, or like they get pretty red, and throughout the daytime it like your foundation wears off, things like that, depending on the foundation, I guess. It starts becoming noticeable, and I also have really oily skin. My T-zone's oily, and I've heard that this foundation is like almost has like a dewy finish, so I'm not sure how much I will like that. So, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I bought 9 different shades of foundation. I got 201 Ivory, I got 204 Natural, I got 205 Fair Golden, I got 208 Medium Beige, 211 Toasted Almond, 216 Light Rose, and then I got a few darker shades as well. I have friends that like me to do their makeup, mom as well. I get asked to do people's makeup sometimes, so I need a wide variety of different foundations, and I figured I couldn't go wrong with using these. I also got 22 Golden Beige, which is going to be way too dark for me, I already know that, as well as 229 Deep Beige, and 233 Warm Espresso. So I'm gonna stick to probably like the first 4 shades. Actually, no, because the first one's gonna be too light. So I do need to color match myself, and I want to do that before I prime my skin. So it looks like this, and it's called BH Liquid Foundation Naturally Flawless. It doesn't really have anything else. It's 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty typical for a foundation. It does come in a nice solid glass bottle with a great top, and it does have a pump as well. For those of you who don't know about BH Cosmetics, have never used any of their products before, have never really heard of the brand, I'm going to give you a little bit of background information about it. So they are cruelty-free. They use vegan ingredients, rigorous testing, and then it says amazing prices. So, which is true. I'm going to go through as I do my makeup, each one of the products that I got. I'll let you know the prices. Okay, so I'm going to start off by color matching myself. Let me see. Oh. So I don't know if if this oxidizes or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mix the two. I'm going to mix 204 with 205, and then I'll leave the rest. Okay, so I'm going to put, actually, I need to prime first. Okay, so I purchased 2 different primers. I got their BH Studio Pro Foundation Primer. This is just their standard primer. It doesn't... And then this one's an anti-shine, so I'm assuming this is just your typical mattifying your mattifying primer. And this one looks like this right here, and it just says anti-shine, and then it's got all the ingredients and everything on the back. So I think I don't typically use primer myself, so I'm just gonna take the regular foundation primer, and it does have a seal on it, so that's a good sign. So I'm just gonna take that off. And it says just use a pea size amount. Oh, that's weird. It's like, I don't know if you'll be able... It's orange. I expected this to be clear. Okay, interesting. I'm just gonna use this on my nose and T-zone area. It has a slight bit of the silicone feeling to it, so you know it's gonna do some blurring, which is good. Actually, I don't know. Okay, I think because I have oily skin, I'm gonna go in with the anti-shine one as well, only because I don't know how much I liked that one. I didn't really like the feel of it. It didn't really feel like it was doing much, if I'm gonna be honest. So let me try the anti-shine one instead. And I'm gonna put this one on the back of my hand as well. These are not what I expected. Okay, so it looks like this. And again, this one seems almost like it's a little bit more hydrating, so I'm going to put this in the same spot. This also has a nice silicone finish to it. I think I'm going to like this one a little bit better. And on my chin. Alright. Okay, now we can go in with foundation. So, like I said, I'm going to take 204 and 205 and mix those on the back of my hand. And I'm going to do one side with a beauty blender and then do the other side with a brush, just so then we can see how it works with either application. I personally like to apply my foundation with a beauty blender majority of the time, but we need to test it doing both. So I have the two here on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna mix them together with my beauty blender. Oh, I think I took way too much. Okay. And I'm just gonna start on this side of my face. Actually, we're gonna start on this side. And I'm just gonna start dabbing it in. I'm using my Morphe Beauty Sponge, which I use with every foundation. Alright, now that I have this side all finished my beauty blender, I'm going to go in with this brush right here, and I'm just going to do the other side. Okay, I already am not really liking how this is applying with the brush. Usually with foundations, you get a little bit more coverage when you use a brush over a beauty blender. However, with this one, I think the case is opposite. So just because for that reason, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender instead and go back over this. Alright, now I have all over my face. face. I went back over the spots on my cheeks where I wanted just a little bit more coverage. I wouldn't say that this is a full coverage concealer. It's definitely medium coverage, and it is buildable. So in areas where you have a little bit more, where you want a little bit more coverage, it's definitely buildable, and it does have a dewy finish to it. I don't necessarily mind it. I just know that because my skin's so oily, it's just gonna wipe right off. Maybe when I set it, it'll be a little bit better. Now I'm going to move on to concealer. So they have their BH Studio Pro Total Coverage Correcting Concealer, and it just looks like this. This retails for $6, which again, for a concealer is not bad at all. So because of the applicator, I'll show you what it looks like. So because of the applicator, and it looks like this, I'm not a huge fan of it. Maybe it'll be easy to work with. I've never worked with a concealer like this before. So let's see. I got this in 5 different shades. I got it in 101. 100.5, 101, 105, 117, and then 123. So I think I'm going to go in with the lightest shade and see how light that is. And if it's too light, then I'll put another one over top, and then maybe I will try to contour with one of the darker shades. So I'm just going to work this in under my eyes here. Just like that. And I'm just going to take my sponge again and start blending that in. Alright, I don't really like the applicator. Next time if I ever use this, I'll put it on the back of my hand instead and blend it in my skin that way. Alright, now I'm going to try and take one of the darker shades, and I'm going to use this to contour and see how that works. Alright, now I'm going to go in with, let's try going in with this brush. So I'm going to go in with this brush right here and try to blend it out. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender and see how that works. So so this actually worked really well to blend out for my contour. Now before anything starts to crease, I'm going to go in, I've got their setting powder, the BH Studio Pro Matte Finish Pressed Powder in shade 205, and it just looks like this here. Is super light, so it should help to add some highlighting underneath my eyes, and I'm also going to try and bake with it and see how that works. So it's definitely mattifying, and it did what it said it was supposed to, but we'll see how long, considering this is a dewy finish. I don't know if it's going to shine through at all. but this refit retails for $9.50 and you get 11 grams or 0.38 ounces. Okay, so now I'm going to go back over top of the contour that I just did, and I got the BH Studio Pro contour palette, and it looks like this. Lots of different shades to choose from, and I think I'm gonna do this one right here and just go over top of the contour that I just did, because we went over it with powder and it kind of took some of that color away, and I want to bring it back, and then it'll also help to set in those places. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush that looks just like this and go into this shade right here. Alright, now it's time for blush. So I picked up their Classic Blush 10 color palette, and it looks just like this. And then you open it up and you've got 10 different shades of blush to choose from. Goes from light to dark. Some of them are super pink. Some of them are also really shimmery. These two on the top here, this one here, and this one there. If you wanted a little bit more glow to your face, you could use those ones. I prefer my blush to be matte and almost like a coral color. I think I'm going to go into this one right here, and I'm gonna take this flat angled brush and just apply this right to my cheekbones, blending it in with my, oh my goodness. Blending it in with my contour. This is super pigmented, so if you don't want a super pigmented powder, go in with a light hand. Oh wow, okay. I don't like my blush to be too dark. So I'm just going to take this fluffy brush, clean brush, didn't use it, and I'm just going to go over and try and wipe some of that away. Alright, another trick that I like to do is I put blush just onto the tip of my nose and then dab it, the rest of it, into my forehead. And I put a little on my chin, just like that. Alright. Next I have their Spotlight Highlight 6 color palette, and it looks like this on the outside, and then you open it up and it's got all of these nice pretty colors there. It's got almost like a, this one's almost like a purple, and then it's got like a dark orange. I'll do some swatches for you. Okay, so I'm going to take this one right here. Oh wow. Alright. And let's try this one too. So I'm going to take this one. These are so pretty. Okay, I'm going to take this one right here, this brush right here. It's just a small, fluffy brush. This is Quo, and I think I'm going to go into the shade right here, and this is called Vivid. And tap off the excess. Alright, now I have my eyebrows done. I am obsessed with the way that this is turning out. I love everything that we've used so far. The foundation it has good coverage. It covered up everything that I needed it to. It's not too dewy after I set it. It's been okay. I got the blush on. The highlighter is amazing. I put a little bit on my shoulders and on my collarbone as well, so then that was glowing, and then I used the concealer to carve out my eyebrows after I was done. So now I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and we're going to work on my eyes. I got two palettes. I got their Ultimate Matte 24 color shadow palette, and it looks like this. Lots of different colors, and the entire thing is matte. And then I also got their Ultimate Neutral Shadow Palette, which also has 42 colors in it. And the first 3 rows are matte, and then the last 3 rows are all shimmers. Okay, so I brought the camera in a little bit closer so you guys can see everything that I'm doing. And I got these, because I bought so much stuff, I got a loose full pigment. It's called a Diamond Dazzler, and it looks like, oh, come on. And it looks like this, and I want to use that, and it's almost like a rose gold color, so I think I should do like a blown out nice bronzy look with this in like the center or something. So I'm gonna stick with the neutrals palette that I got, and I think to start off I'm gonna go in with this shade right here as my transition shade, and maybe even go into this one here and put that into my crease. Just using a fluffy brush. Now I'm going to go in with that Diamond Dazzler that I was talking about before, and I'm just going to put some of this onto the lid. I'm not sure how this works exactly, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. It almost looks like little flakes. Okay. I'm going to try and take a flat brush and pick it up that way and see. Oh, nope, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to try and use my finger and almost like rub it onto the lid. Just like that. Oh, that's pretty. Now, the only problem with that is, oh no, it's fine. I was going to say I was getting a little bit of fallout, but it seemed to just fall right off, so I'm trying to keep this more towards the inner corner and bring it out a little bit, but I don't want it to really go past my crease area. I want to keep it in this vicinity here, and I don't want to bring it too high or too far out. Okay, I have the other eye finished now. So I picked up their BH liquid eyeliner in the color black, and it just looks like this, just a felt tip. And I'm going to go ahead and do my liner with this. I'm just going to do a standard wing. Alright, now that the wing liner is on, it worked beautifully. It's super black, it's super pigmented, it dried down matte super fast, really easy to work with. I would highly recommend. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and smoke out the bottom underneath my eye, and then after that I'll do mascara, lashes, and then I'll be back to do lips. Alright, so I am basically done this look. I got my lashes on, everything is good. The only thing left to do is lipstick. So I got 5 different shades of lipstick. They look like this. Liquid lipsticks, dried down matte, all nice, pretty, neutral pink colors. I think for today, I'm going to do this one here. It's called Stephanie. And I'm just going to take this. Yeah. Alright guys, this is the completed look using all makeup from BH Cosmetics. I have to say that I'm actually quite surprised. I don't think there was a single thing that I used that I didn't like. The lipstick it's matte, it's not drying. My lips don't feel like they're just gonna crust off and fall. Foundation, really nice as well. I was kind of worried because it is a dewy finish, but it doesn't feel too bad. After I set it with the Studio Pro setting powder, it was really nice. The bronzer, contour, blush, highlighter, all super pigmented, super pretty, blended out really nicely, worked with all of my brushes, nothing really failed me. I would highly recommend this brand if anyone's looking for an inexpensive, cruelty-free, vegan, anything like that, that's where it's at. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel down below. Leave me a comment telling me what it is that you would like to see me do. Go check out the last video that I just did, me doing a review on the Amazon's #1 top selling makeup brushes, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.